What is up, fellow fans of Geoguessr? Welcome back to another episode of the Rainbolt challenge, where we have to get above a certain point threshold on each round. So if you're not familiar with the challenge, we have to get 10,000 on the first seed, then 12.5 on the second, and so forth, right up until the final round, where we're challenged to get 25,000 points. So here we go for the first seed of the day, where the threshold is 10,000 points. Let's see how we go. Should be fairly easy. I can basically get 10,000 points on any seed, because you only really have to identify the country 3 times. And this one, I'm just going to go NMPZ on this first seed. This one looks like Czechia to me, and it was indeed Czechia. Great start. Let's see if we can do the whole thing with a high score and NMPZ. So this one almost feels like, and I think it is indeed something kind of southwest in Kyrgyzstan. It looks like we have a bit of dirt on the mirror, and then this kind of snowy stuff is quite typical of that area too. So in terms of Kyrgyzstan, I would say like it can be Jalalabad, can be anything up to like Tashkomur or something like that. Might go a Bashar here, I think, and it was indeed up a little there, but that's a good score. Next one here, are we back? I thought we were back in Czechia with this pavement again, but I don't think the rest of the round fits so nicely. It could be like Sweden or something like that. Doesn't really matter, we only need 200 more points anyway at this stage, so I'm just going to go for southern Sweden here and give that a go, and it was indeed Poland, Generation 2 there, very interesting, kind of mix between the two vibes I had, I guess. This one should be Sweden, actually, this time. Indeed it is, and the last one here is going to be, is it like Portugal or Spain or something like that, one of those two, and it was indeed just over the border in Spain. Okay, there we go, that was 21,000 on the 10,000 seed. Let's head through to 12.5 thousand. So, let's get it. It shouldn't be too hard here. I think we'll play NMPZ again, just for fun. I really hope that my hubris doesn't get the best of me, but just for these two seeds, I think it's going to be more entertaining. That was right on the border with Bolivia. Interesting that Castrol guesses right on the border there. Kind of funny. Next one here looks like it would be somewhere in British Columbia. Reason being, we have like this, like, I'll actually just show it for educational purposes, but we have the kind of pole here that has like a hanging sign on it, and that's really typical of BC. Now this is very like northern. It feels very northern, just based on how like kind of short these trees are and how much snow we have on this mountain and all that bit. So I would say like quite this direction, even maybe further up is possible as well, but I don't know how much Generation 3 actually goes north of where I've clicked, so I feel like it could possibly be this. And yeah, we do have a river, plus it's going east to west, so I wouldn't be surprised if this or this was the exact spot. The river's actually to our south as well, so I would say going here is probably the right play, and it was indeed right there. Very good guess for no moving, panning, or zooming, actually. I'm happy with that. Next one here, American flags, and we've already like pretty much secured our way with this being America to 12.5 thousand. Not really sure where this is though. This feels like kind of like just kind of generically in here somewhere. The plate, that could be Nebraska. It could be, certainly. Otherwise, I could see it being maybe like Wyoming, Montana as well. I don't think it's one of the Dakotas plates, though. We'll see. And it was Nebraska. Nice. Very good. Happy with my NMPZ performance today. I feel like I'm pretty much on point, apart from that Poland, I guess. Next one here is Europe, and I'm not entirely sure where, to be honest with you. It could be France. Like, this sign almost feels a bit French to me, so I might just try that. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter if we're wrong at this stage. And it was actually German. That makes sense. Yeah, German signs I'm not really too familiar with, because normally in Germany you don't really have to try too hard. Regardless, this one, it looks like Tunisia. But do you have orange reflectors in the guardrail in Tunisia? I actually don't remember. Well, this can be a bit of an educational round, I guess. We'll go to Tunisia and see if they actually do have that. Did not know Tunisia had those in their guardrails, but that's another 21k. Pretty good for NMPZ, and let's head through to the 15,000 seed. So now we'll start looking around just in case it gets really difficult. And this one should be somewhere in Malta. You know, this typical, like, kind of sandstone architecture. I'm assuming it's sandstone. You can tell me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, it looks like sandstone to me. And then, you know, just like very little vegetation and very dry, even though it looks like it's rained here recently. But yeah, I'm gonna go in for it here. Just capital should be fine. It's a good score. Let's see what we get next here. This one should be Japan. These pole tops are quite common around Tokyo, but actually they have the 2 rings on it, so I'm not too sure about that. This could be like Okinawa even, I assume. No pedestrian traffic. We might have to hedge here a little bit. What about this? Yeah, we have 3 plates. This should be Okinawa then. Okinawa is the prefecture that's most likely to have 3 plates on the pole, and yeah, I'm just gonna send it here. It was indeed there. Very good. Next one here. This is looking maybe Cambodian, possibly Thai. This is a Cambodian pole top though, so yeah, we should just be in Cambodia here. I would click middle here, I think. Obviously Cambodia, still a country, as I've said many times, that I need to learn, and that was southeast, so pretty much guessing as far away as possible there, unfortunately. We only need 1,000 more points, and this is Europe, so we will get there. The question is where. It's a bit of a cheeky round, this one. I'm feeling it. Could be rural Germany, maybe. It kind of feels like Germany, but at the same time, does that really make a lot of sense? Maybe it is like France near the German border, or maybe it's even like a cheeky Generation 2 in Czechia or something like that. I'm not really sure here. I might just go France near the German border or something, and it was indeed southern France there, so that's okay. And the next one here, we've already made it, so we can just go for a quick guess here. And this is interesting, lads. I actually want to get a good guess here. Like, this, it should be somewhere near Lesotho with these kind of hills. I'm just not sure which side of Lesotho is best here. I might just go for that. And, okay, it was not too far, but kind of just more in the middle of the country. That was 22,400. Obviously, had some easier countries, some smaller countries in there, so that was pretty much expected. And now we're on 18k, just blitzing through them so far. This kind of rock wall, I've definitely seen out towards Kars where's Kars actually? It's over here in Turkey. This one is a bit too dry to be there though, so I'm thinking of guessing kind of just more middle of the country. So I think that's what I'll do. I'll just click like that, maybe. And yeah, it was kind of southeast instead. So yeah, still kind of, you know, not too far in the grand scheme of Turkey. It's actually not too far at all. So that might still be something for the east side of the country, but yeah. Okay, next one here, just going to be Thailand. It's dry, it's hilly. Middle of the country should work quite nicely here, just clicking like this, I imagine. And it was kind of the same latitude, but west instead. Next one here, Thailand again. We're driving right though, so maybe actually Philippines. Yeah, double lane concrete roads are very Filipino. And this is probably another middle click. Kind of has more of a south vibe though, so I'll go middle south. And it was middle north instead, okay? So 18k was at this seed, still feeling pretty good about 18k. Or was it 20k? Yeah, this is the 18k seed. Very nice. I have a pretty goldfish memory sometimes, to be honest, but the Geoguessr metas I can remember. Anyway, this is like a Czechoslovak pole top. Could also be found in like Romania or Albania as well, but this feels pretty Czechoslovak, I would say. Do we see any bollards? No bollards is interesting. And the poles themselves are round, so that would feel good for Czechoslovakia. I would say this is just Czechia. It kind of gives me more of a Western Europe vibe here, so I'm just going to click middle Czechia. And it was indeed Eastern Czechia there. And we've almost got 17k, we just need to get the right area in Australia here. This one is actually a failable seed, because this pole top you could see in like Victoria and Western Australia. So is this Western Australia, or is it Victoria? Obviously, if we click in the middle, we have enough points. But I would like to get the right place if I can. So we have whites, like silver signposts here, so that would lean more Victoria. Same with that one, doesn't look yellow to me, so I think this is Victoria indeed, but I'm just struggling to place where exactly it would be. It could have almost been South Australia were it not for this pole, which is not one of these South Australian Stobie poles. So, I think I'll just guess here. I mean, may as well just guess west of Melbourne in case it is WA. But yeah, it should be somewhere there, I imagine, anyway. And it was just all the way down here. Not exactly an easy round. This is the first one where I'd be like tempted to see if anyone good has missed out, because it's always an interesting thing to see. And we're actually second in the whole seed there. That's not something I expected, but Vey pops off with an insane score. Like, I didn't even think we played well there, so I'm kind of confused as to how we beat, you know, so many good players, because many good players play this, but I think it was just the Australia, which was quite challenging, and a lot of people missed out. For example, Boki would have easily been above us. We only beat him by 8 points, and same for Corona had the same score as us anyway. But yeah, okay, that's interesting. And does anyone miss out here? This is my question, because the Australia, lots of people getting the right area, but okay, everyone's getting the right area, at least out of the verified players, I would say. Yeah, so that's actually not really a big contentious seed in any way. Let's head through to 20k. Now we're up to, you know, where it gets challenging. So let's try and always get the right continent here. This feels like Chile. We actually have like like kind of a non-round signpost here. That's very Chilean to me. The 31. This is also a Chilean exclusive pole with a little gap here. So yeah, we're gonna be Chile. Now, where do we want to go in Chile? That is a good question. I don't feel like this is, like, when I see the reddish soil, I don't want to click too far north of Copiapo. So I think I'll just go for that, actually, just somewhere around there. Now, this could be further north. I just think in Generation 3, the reddish soil is more of a south thing, but, you know, between camera generations, strange things happen with the camera, like, with the soil color sometimes, with your perception of it, so wouldn't trust myself 100% here, but this should be a fine guess. And it was indeed just there. Very good. Yeah, red soil area. So that makes sense. Maybe we can come through with another good score here on this seed. Although this is interesting. That is, well, this is like the South Australian Google card, which you often get in national parks here. But yeah, this is not South Australia with these monkey puzzle trees. So I would assume this was somewhere in Argentina or Chile. Short number plate here is white. I think it doesn't necessarily look like an Argentinian number plate, but I'm not really sure where this car is found. So yeah, it's going to be one of the two countries. And basically, the monkey puzzles are like most famous for being around Mendoza, right? So like that kind of Santiago area or a bit further south, like in this province, I would say. So I think we just kind of click here and hope that it's kind of somewhere here. I'm just going to click on the border, see where it actually is. A bit further south in Chile there. Interesting. Did we get the country? We did not. Okay, let's head through to the next one. We could struggle to get 20k here, especially with this Russia, so maybe should have thought a bit more about that, but, you know, it was a hard round. Okay, so we have to plonk, what do we have to get here in terms of points? At least 3,500 is the minimum, and this is not so easy, I would say. So we have short antenna, so the short antenna shouldn't really ever be east of Krasnoyarsk, so we're immediately cutting off all that area, which is great. And short antenna is definitely more common in the West as well. Now, a lot of these trees are very, I don't know, a lot of these trees I could see being east though, so, yeah, I'm wondering what's actually going to be good here. We may have to hedge this pretty wide, just go Urals in order to kind of negate possible damage here, but I could definitely see this being Novosibirsk, Krasnoyarsk area. What about the... I would not be surprised if that was... It's a Honda here, I think. So I wouldn't be surprised if we could have seen the driver there on the right-hand side for a left-hand drive car, which they often import from Japan. It's a bit scary. What about this signpost? Do we have anything on there? Not really. So then, I think this is interesting stuff. And definitely could spell the end of us, honestly. So if I click, I feel like this is like the state, like Omsk isn't, it's not Omsk, it's much too hilly for Omsk. Even just this slight elevation wouldn't make sense. But, and also the Generation 3. But I feel like this really hedges, so we get about 2.5k there to 2.5k in Kazan. I feel like, yeah, I feel like this kind of click is kind of the wisest one. Even though I'm sure it's wrong. Am I being crazy right now? I don't know. I feel like I have to go for that, guys. Or should I just go really where I think it is and go a bit further east? Because I think it is a bit further east, you know? You know what? I'm going to say these trees are kind of a bit further east feeling, and I'm going to click over to the other side of Omsk. That way, we do get a bit of an extra buffer for everything from Yekaterinburg to Krasnoyarsk. So I'm going to do that. And it was actually just in the right oblast there. That's really lucky, honestly. Wasn't feeling confident, but the Russia guesses continue to come through on this series. I've been good on Russia. I'm not afraid to say that. Happy with my performance. And we have a hard New Zealand here, so we definitely needed those points. Now, is this North or South Island? I'm not so sure. This could be like Christchurch Hills. It could be, which would be obviously pretty dangerous for us. We could hedge between islands here as well. I could see that being quite a legitimate tactic here. Because I could see this being both. But then we needed a good round 5, so it makes things a bit scary. I think I might just do that, guys. I don't know, like, maybe click, like, here. Because let's see here. I do kind of get the South Island vibe a little bit more here. But do we see anything at all? It's like, yeah, look, we have pretty thick, like, almost palm tree looking trees there. So obviously they would make you think more of North Island, but then this direction here, I could so easily see South Island. So I think I'm going to do the weak kind of hedge here between the islands. Let's try it. And it was actually North Island there. That's good. So we are still well in with contention here. And we need, only a decent score on Ireland. This should be fine. We've got the white number plate now. I am very interested to see where people have gone here, because that's obviously enough points. We get to 20k comfortably, but anyone who went West Russia there is in trouble. So we're actually 9th there with a pretty good score, but, we're already down to 20k. I don't like the look of this for some people, man. So let's see who gets knocked out here. Trichter makes it in, CG makes it in, Boki's in. Okay, so a lot of people just scraping in here. Was it the Russia that Boki missed here? Yeah, Boki goes all the way Moscow. Let's see what who missed out though. Party just makes it in by 60 points. Wow, Salvador misses out. Salvador is a cracked player. Little Fox, another good player, misses out there. Kratzu's out. Kent is out, Len's out. Yeah, that Russia really, Havard, Toro, a lot of good players missing out here. So that we got to feel good that we made a nice guess there, had the right vibe. But yeah, I mean, unfortunate for those guys as well. And it's a good thing because we, you know, that was actually a really difficult seed. This actually we dropped the most points on, where it was kind of one of the easier rounds. And we made good chilly guess at the start, which really made all the difference. So there we go. That was 20k. Let's head through to 21k now. See if we can continue our hot streak. We've actually, like, in the previous weeks, I think we came, like, 6th and 9th or something like that. So we've had a really good run so far in this series, and I want to continue that. So we have yellow plates here. That's interesting. Thinking of Israel, obviously, with the black card long antenna. That's something you see there quite often. And yeah, this should be somewhere there. Now, I actually get the feeling that this might be north of Tel Aviv rather than south. It could even be in West Bank. Just like these rows of palms are very common in that kind of area. What I mean is like around here, between the Sea of Galilee and like the Palestinian border. So I might just go like around here. So let's try to line it up with the hills. Nothing south, quite a bit west, and nothing east. So where would that put us? Like, yeah, this kind of area could certainly work. But then we'd see more south stuff, I think. So let's quickly check that. And we don't really see anything directly south. Oh, that actually could be hills. Yeah, we actually do see. I think we might be on it then. Let's just try it. And yeah, it was there. Very nice. Kind of got the vibe. And as soon as we saw those hills, I was pretty happy. Okay, next one here. We should be in Russia, so I'm happy that we got a good score on that first round. This kind of feels like Buryatia. If I had to say, so somewhere around Lake Baikal. And the question is where? I do get a good feeling about that though, just with the Generation 4 plus the mountains, and it doesn't really feel like Caucasus Mountains, just like, you know, it's a bit colder of a climate here, I would say. Also, like, around the, around down here, you would normally have winter coverage in Generation 4, which really makes life a lot easier, to be honest. So what else do we have here? Not too much going on, just mountains all sides, which is really interesting. Kind of bigger ones to our north there, right? Yeah, so I feel like this area definitely kind of feeling best. Irkutsk also possible, but we don't really have those north mountains in Irkutsk, so yeah, and then Krasnoyarsk is still possible, I suppose, but bigger mountains are south there. So I'll just go here, and it was over here in the national park. Quite a cool location. Obviously, 4k points is well enough to get the 21k eventually. USA, though, okay, it's a difficult seed again. We've got, like, what could be a Vermont plate here, and everything would fit for Vermont, so that would be good, I think. Do we have anything else here? Nothing on that. Nothing on there to me, I think. Yeah, everything's not quite legible here. What about these churches? Anything on them? It's definitely a USA sign, although we already saw flags anyway. And we don't get anything apart from one Vermont flag, I think, here. I mean, plate. It's almost certainly a Vermont one, though. It's green as can be. Yeah, okay. I think we click Vermont here. I think this should be fine. I mean, I don't really see us being too far, because these trees feel quite northern. These ones specifically. Don't really see them being too south in the United States. So let's just go Vermont here, test it out. And it was indeed Vermont, near Burlington there. That's a good guess. Okay. Still, oh, and of course, we are back again with some more Iceland. Iceland is very scary to me. I just don't know Iceland at all. It's going to cost me one of these days, I think. But this one, I would probably just click middle and call it a day. Middle of the West. Now, this could be east, but there's so much there's so little coverage on the east that I have to try west here, I think. This is very distinctive. These mountains, these, like, a ton of houses, and colorful too. It's pretty awesome. But no sports. Interesting. No sports sign. Yeah, I don't really know. Like, I thought, and you can tell me where I'm wrong here, but I thought, like, the kind of four-pronged ones were more common on the East Coast. But now I just don't really know about that. So I think I click, like, slightly south of capital here, and it was north there. That's obviously devastating damage. Are we still in it? We are. We need a great score, and we can get a great score here. Or can we? What is this car? Immediately, I thought it was the US Virgin Islands car, but this doesn't really look like USVI, does it? These trees are wrong. So we're just in some national park here. We may actually bow out here because of my lack of Greenland knowledge. I just don't really want to learn Greenland, but it's becoming clear to me that I must give up my stubbornness and learn it eventually. But where the heck is this car found? I do not know. So we're just going to have to vibe it here. We have no plates. This is actually, like, such a crappy round. We're just in a parking lot, so we really don't get anything. Tree vibe. Yellow stick is interesting. Yeah, tree vibe then. is... Ooh, this lamp is like what I call the southern lamp. So I am paying attention to that. What about this? Something park. Oh, if only we could read. That would be so sick if we could, you know, just jump out the car and see what was written on the side here, because I'm sure that would help us. Okay, flat. Dead. I was thinking of, like, something in the flatter regions of, like, Tennessee, Kentucky here. I don't mind that, but we really have to be so close here. Ah, it's so annoying, man. I think a lot of people get not eliminated here as if they don't know Greenland. I should have gone further north. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Regrets are setting in. Regrets are setting in here. Looks like it's going to be our first fail. What is this? Interesting. It's like a TV tower. So it could be a bigger city here, actually. I actually think it is going to be a bigger city, so we could try something here. Nashville. What about Nashville? How hilly is Nashville? How hilly is the surroundings? Pretty hilly, honestly. But it's not out of the question that we could be somewhere like here. That could certainly work. Knoxville? Dude, we have to basically pick the right city here. This is very rough. Knoxville is probably closer into the mountains, so I think Nashville's a better call at this stage. Louisville? Just has a river. Like, I kind of like Nashville because it does have, like, a bunch of lake things around it, so, yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. What about further north? This could be, like, a snow-damaged, like, road. That could be it. And so, I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know if I can actually make a better decision here. Like, some of these trees do feel a bit further north. If I was going further north, maybe, like, Huntington, but again, it's kind of deep Appalachians. I don't really know if that works. Pennsylvania is possible. I think Pennsylvania is possible. This really feels like an adjacent to Appalachian toss-up. I'm going to try Nashville here, and... Nope, it was all the way in Illinois. That's basically ungettable. So, I'm really interested to see who's out with me here, because we didn't even get 20k, which is obviously pretty bad. It was like more of a snow-damaged road, I bet. Joe Biden on top, very interesting. But here, it's everyone, sorry, I assume everyone on the round number 3, which was, it was round number 3, round number 4 here. Yeah, everyone 5k'ing at the top, although Lemon misses out on the 5k and gets really good guesses on the other rounds. So yeah, let's see how many people miss out with us. So Trickter misses out here as well. Kirania misses out. Yeah, there's a lot of good players missing out. Eamon just squeaks in. But yeah, a lot of good players did actually manage to get there, and we did not, which is sad. But yeah, I guess it was like the worst. I mean, did anyone make a worse guess than us? Maybe Jonty did, but Jonty also missed out. And yeah, everyone made better guesses there, so that is a little bit annoying. And also explains our death, our premature death there. So there we go, that was 90 players, and we miss out there. Obviously, had to go further north. So, there we go. Let's quickly race through the 22, 23, 24, and 25 to see how we would have gone here. You'll see, with my kind of like instincts, how well we would have done. So this one was Portugal, kind of click middle here, I think. That's a bit further north, okay. Next one here, Italy. North vibe with the architecture, I think we just go straight with it here. Click middle, and it was. Very good. Next one here, it's a right-hand drive. Feels like Colombia is Colombia. Now, I think this is another middle click. I think I'm happy with that. Was kind of in that area. Next one here, Yukon maybe. Do we get anything else on anything else here? So we need 22k. We have already dropped, you know, 1.2. So, yeah, we 1.7. So we need, you know, a good amount of points here. Alaska? Does it say Alaska? It could certainly say that. We have front plates with a bit of red on them. Kind of strange. What about this plate? Yeah, it kind of feels probably more Yukon to me, although I'm not sure at all. In the absence of actually no, we have guardrails here. I don't know if Yukon has guardrails. I know BC doesn't, so yeah, maybe this should bias me towards Alaska a little bit. Not so sure, honestly. And I don't see any speed signs either to help us out. So yeah, I think I'll just go for the guess here and see what it's going to be. Yeah, I don't see anything too distinguished. So I'm actually going to try Whitehorse, Beaver Creek. What's the hedge here? Because if you hedge here, we drop a good amount of points either direction. I'll try hedging. And it was actually Anchorage there, so we are still in it. But we need a good score here in winter coverage on Norway. Now, yes, this is interesting. I think this is another middle click, interestingly. Which is obviously concerning for points, but yeah, I would feel good about this kind of thing, so let's try that. And it was further south there, so we would have just missed out fairly significantly there on quite quick guesses. You never know what we would have come up with a bit of extra time, but we actually would miss out there. So 23k, let's see how achievable this seed is. This feels like southern Botswana. Now, this reddish soil, I always get confused if it's one of these roads or one of these roads. Thinking this might be north of the capital. Yeah, I think this is north of the capital, actually. So I might go, like, around here, then. And it was there. Very nice indeed. Definitely good to get the region guess on Botswana. Next one here would have been somewhere in... Is it Mexico? Okay, Mexico's obviously terrible news for 23,000 points. Where would we go here as well? Oh, it's like a lot of palms. This is interesting. Weird kind of landscape to me. I think this is one where I'd also struggle to get close unless there is something in the way of information here, which I don't think there really is. So, yeah, I think I would try kind of maybe Sinaloa. I don't know if Sinaloa ever looks like that, though. Maybe this? I don't know. Let's see what it actually is. Okay, well, it's much further south there. That's a hard round. Obviously, losing 2,000 points there means we can't win anymore. So let's just quickly make it through here. This feels like La Paz area. Was Cochabamba instead. This is, it's going to be Kenya. And it should be actually... Oh, another hard round. This is a hard seed to get 23k. I'm saying that most people would have missed out here for sure. This is a harder week. So yeah, I don't really know where the best guess for this one is. These trees are more northern for sure. So maybe it is actually kind of all the way up, like going this direction. I might go like that or something. Oh, wow. Yeah. Look at this. Even Blinky missing out. They're going the same direction as me. This is a lethal seed. I'm not sure if anyone would have got this. Luckily for everyone, last round should just be like near Amman, or at least somewhere gettable. Like, this is pretty 5k-able, and it's a big city in Jordan, so you could definitely work this out. Is it actually Amman? Maybe it's too small. So maybe it would be instead something southern. Karak could be it. Yeah, Karak, we could certainly be looking at Karak there. Wadi Musa is probably also possible here. What does it look more like? I might say Karak it is. And it was north, it was Jerash instead. Okay, so obviously we miss out by tons there. Let's see, I'm actually just so curious about who made it. So 24Ks from these guys, and who makes it? Many people make it. Well, when I say many people, 9 people make it. So we already saw some of these guys get knocked out earlier, I think. But that's impressive. To get 24,000 on that seed is really crazy. And I think it really comes down to the fact that Blinky basically 5K'd everything. Yeah. Actually, yeah. So 5K, 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 basically 5K. And then round 4 was the only dropping of the ball. So, yeah, pretty impressive stuff there from those who did get it. Yeah, I guess everyone kind of got that more south vibe there. My guess is kind of silly. But even if I got close there, I wouldn't have made it through, I think. So, yeah, that would have been a real challenge. Let's quickly see these last two, the 24K and 25K. Obviously, it's no easy thing to even get these on a good day. Yeah, this one should be PR somewhere. Just going to go San Juan. Well, San Juan, other side of the city. Next one here, going to be Portugal, I would say. And vibe here is maybe a bit more southern. Like, it just kind of feels, yeah, it kind of feels a bit more southern, I would say. So I'll just go for this kind of thing, and it was indeed there. Very good. Next one here, we're still in contention. We've got some Romania action here, and I don't really see how you can get this one unless you get good vibes on it. So this might be a middle click for my money, I think. Yeah, it kind of feels like a middle click type of round. If I had to go for like a vibe guess, I would say here. And it was, yeah, even more in the middle would have been better, but we're still in contention. And this one is northern Peru, and it can be a whole bunch of different places, especially with these green fields. These mountains are fairly distant, and we have like dunes here. This is definitely North Peru, but whereabouts is much tougher. Might just go Chiclayo though, and it was nearby, so we are still in it, I believe. Yeah, we are. 200 points to spare in the last round, and we're in South Africa. Very gettable. But it is just somewhere in the south, so it makes life a bit difficult if you don't know, like I don't. And that's unfortunately not legible either. So yeah, somewhere on the south coast here. I think I'll just go Cape Town, or maybe near Cape Town, but it could as easily be George. Like, we could be going on the mountain pass, looking south down to like George stuff here. Could certainly see that. Almost tempted to just go for that for the style points here. We do have we have a big range south actually, so no. Maybe more something like this. Yeah, I can see. Oh, I can see this working quite nicely, honestly. I'm gonna try that actually. And okay, it was nearby, and we. Oh, we just make it. That's pretty crazy, actually. So let's see. Obviously, this one required good guesses. And yeah, a bunch of people make it. We're 16th, and we're the last person to make it. So yeah, I mean, Crastrola misses out here. Trabota misses out. So many people who are still in, I believe, miss out. And obviously, we probably did it quicker than most here. In a minute 39, yeah, we did. So I think that's pretty good. I think a lot of the people who are doing it quickly here just went quickly because they're already eliminated. But Blinky, let's see if Blinky gets to 25k here. I think that's kind of curious to see. And so let's head into it here. Is it very 25k-able? Let's just go based on vibes here. Oh, this is very 25k-able. I mean, 5k-able this round. We have triple ones here with a silver plate. So wouldn't be surprised if this was kind of more towards Tokyo, which would make it hard to pinpoint, of course, because Tokyo is so massive. And these places I don't recognize. So yeah, I'm just going to go like, ooh, 09. I don't know what that is. I'm just going to go like here, something. It was near Tokyo indeed, but just south instead. So that's definitely difficult. That's definitely difficult. So 5k-able, of course, but would have taken some time for me. This one is also 5k-able, especially looking down onto the city here to our east. But difficult to do. That's for sure. We have the name of places, but we do not have... I do not have the skills. So let's just go in here, make our guess to the west of the city, I guess, and find out where it actually was. And yeah, it was, well, we actually basically vibe guessed the neighborhood there, but obviously that's going to be a difficult one to get. Next one here, Taiwan, on a bridge. Okay, this is fairly gettable, I think. You just got to scan for a while and use the kind of like small clues you can get on those signs. The number 8, I think it says. So let's see if we can, I mean, it is conceivable. If we see the number 8 here quickly, that we could even get it. So we're on a bridge on the 8. And we are going east to west. Let's at least see me get one here, surely. That's the angle of the bridge, which crosses over this river, probably. So I want to see, would we actually... We might not necessarily be on the 8. Obviously, this angle is wrong. And we are in the mountains. So, yeah, that angle's wrong. This angle is correct. Let's go here. And there we go. We got the 25. We got the 5k there. That's nice. And it didn't take me long either. And this is another one of these. Last time in the 25k set, we had one of these crazy chilies, and we have one again here. And the last few times I saw one like this, it was, let me see, around here, maybe? But would that make sense? We'd see water there, probably. Or around here. I don't know, maybe let's try this one, I think. Oh, it was this one instead, but a little bit further north. It's fine, okay. And the last one here, we would have been in Thailand. This is hard, oh my gosh. But we have place names here. Okay, yeah, very gettable actually. So with the place names here, this is fully gettable stuff. 20 kilometers away. Okay, we should try to get this as well. So what was the other town that we were going towards here? What is this? What is this town? Interesting. So Pai is to our west there. We are in a mountain road here. It's probably this road. Do we actually have the number of it? No, we don't. But it's probably this road, and we're going relatively east to west with a bend, like the same way either side here. And it's 20 kilometers away. I feel like it's this kind of thing here. Might just go like that or something. And it was, yeah, a little bit further over. Very similar looking one, but we actually did have an intersection here. So yeah, that's how you get it. And so we get 24,000 again. Very gettable seed. Honestly, the Japan, we just find the places and we end up with like a 24.7 or 8 here. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty nice. We 5k'd a few rounds here, like basically, which is pretty nice. And then... yeah, I mean, hey, pretty good. Okay, so there you go, guys. Hopefully I can do better next week. If I remember at the start of that episode, I will show the results from this week to see where we ended up placing, if we actually placed in the top 20 or whatever. But guys, that's it for the video. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.